Hey, it's the weekly wind down with G and Key. I did G first.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, we're back at it.
Back at it again.
How's it going with you?
It's going. I've been a little busy.
Busy.
Been running around doing a few things, man.
And too many people outside still. I'm getting used to going places and people are being there now.
Yeah, I guess you're getting used to it. The one thing, I went out and I forgot my mask, but we keep them in our cars now.
Yeah.
Just so, and I was like, oh shoot, and I was like, okay, I got one.
I just got a special mask made.
What's on it? What does the mask say?
It just has it's pink.
Of course.
And then it's got like some tiger stripes and like a cheetah print on it.
What?
It's very aggressive.
That doesn't even sound like it goes together.
I don't think it does.
Well, my grandma says, wear all your favorites.
That's what I was thinking.
Just wear it all.
And sometimes when you get to a certain point and you're having to wear a mask every day.
Yeah.
Because we're heading into a full year since we've been shut down.
Yeah, we are. It's March now.
I feel like I should be able to wear my favorites.
You should.
I don't know what it matches.
Just wear it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So the lady's going to make it. She just had a pattern. And I was like.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then I got some new sequins ones. And I think my sequins, I have a hard time breathing out of those.
I imagine you would. Sequin one would be dope though.
I have silver and I'm getting another silver one. And then I think I might go with like a rose gold.
I would want a red, a gold one. Of course, I got to have blue. That's my fave.
Blue sequins?
Excuse you, fix your face.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah. You got a leopard and a tiger print with pink, and you go frown your face at a blue one? Ma'am.
Yeah, so my mask lady is pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to getting those.
I got plenty. I have like a thing, like a hook by the door.
Yeah.
That has so many of them on there. Just go pick one.
Hey, y'all, wash your mask.
Yeah. And the ones, when we come in through the garage, like our laundry room is right there. So I take it all off and pop it right there.
That's what you got to do. But I try to remind everybody to wash their mask when you can. Because
Oh, because you don't want them to hang it up in the car and just,
put it right back on.
Why not?
You can breathe in fresh COVID if you'd like. Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I'm about to get my vaccine.
Okay. What you getting? Which one?
I guess I should know that.
Yeah, you Which one would you prefer, or do you know the difference? You don't care?
Well, I prefer Johnson & Johnson, but that's only one, and then that's less effective. I just only want one shot, though. That's the only reason I prefer that.
Oh, see, I didn't know that they were doing one until the other day.
Yeah.
And this is new information that you only have to get one.
Yes.
What makes that one less effective than the other two? Just because you're not boosting it?
Probably so.
So I can get one and then go get the same. I don't see why.
No, you get one. Yeah, and it's like 76% effective.
Well, I think it's going to be, this is just my personal opinion. I went to college and everything, but I don't make vaccines. Just
right.
FYI for somebody. I don't want nobody calling or writing up about, my shit. Yeah. I'm just thinking that, with all of it, I think it's going to end up like a flu thing.
We're going to have to get them all the time.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Because, it's a virus, and what? Well, maybe people don't know what viruses do. They get in you and they change.
Yes.
They make a new strain. It's just like, so you're going to fight this one off. All right, bet. So we got a good host so that we can multiply and make a different one.
And by host being good, they mean the weakest part. They can hop in there and just get it going.
Yeah. Whatever
you got going on that's really wrong that you didn't, even if you didn't even know about it.
Have a party. You remember Bill Cosby said that they were having a party when Rudy was sick? Said no more party. She drank that orange juice.
That's
he
right.
was like, oh yeah, you going there and they're having a party. She drank that juice and said no more party.
That's right. I think
so I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I think we're getting Pfizer.
Okay.
But I have not read past. I can go get my vaccine because I was waiting on that opportunity. So, shout out to everybody going out there getting the vaccine and feeling like they're doing their part for themselves and their community.
I guess.
It's up to you.
I'll have to.
It's a choice.
I have to wait to see, because I'm not big on, shots and things like that.
And you also aren't around people in that it makes you have to think about it faster.
Well, even, if I was because the thing is that people are getting the vaccine thinking that they're invincible now. I've got the shot. I'm not going to get it. I'm good to go. And it's just like, well, actually, no.
Well, that's like the 3 months of antibodies they claim people have.
That's
people,
not how it works.
People go out there and they're invincible too.
Oh, really? Because I didn't think I was invincible. Did you?
No, actually,
Because you had that shit twice.
yeah, well, I'm not invincible, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. And that's why I get it.
So I need to make sure I go ahead and get that. I do not want it again. I do not wish that on anyone.
Right.
Yeah, even the people that I didn't like that I gave it to.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of, I'm waiting around to see how it goes. When that first, the cell phone drops. It's like, nope, let me wait
and see how it goes.
This third wave hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a future. So you're right. I feel like we'll be doing this for a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to wait to see how that goes. It's just like, okay, let's see how effective this is in the long run.
Yeah.
To see, you know what I mean? Like, are we going to be able to flatten the curve? Because I'm not going to let you inject me with this stuff.
All right.
And then it does nothing. Because, people react differently, to those things.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it might help some other one that's killing these other ones.
Well, they say Johnson & Johnson has something that's helping against one of the other strains that is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's not as effective.
So it's helping against the strain that's coming out, or I guess that is out
that
already.
Is out, that, South African COVID.
So, but what about the one that we have here that they lining people up in these meat
Well, they
trucks?
said that's more effective. Most effective is Pfizer and Moderna, but
for that one.
For the original one, I believe. But I think because you're boosting it in so much,
We're not even working with the original one, though.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, this is something that's old.
So what they want to do, I guess, if keep people wearing masks and doing the vaccination, then they feel like maybe.
They're not going to do that. The people that are in stores raising hell about these masks, they won't even save their own damn grandma.
No.
It's just like, I'm not wearing it because it's my freedom.
Yeah, violating my civil rights. Can you believe they would use civil rights in that way?
I do believe it.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe that. Because I'm an American, I don't have to do that. All right, well, ma'am, you can have your freedom outside of this store, but as you see posted here,
yes,
everybody must have on a face covering to enter the store. Yeah. And they've been showing their asses.
Yeah. One man peeled out the parking lot. He was so mad.
Okay, well, that is nice, sir, but what did you solve?
No, he couldn't even go in the store.
You're not able to get what it is that you came here to get.
Yeah, it really showed out in
and
Ulta.
You're going to take an Ulta.
Yeah, Ulta.
He didn't need shit in there.
He must have been going for somebody else. That's probably why he didn't give it to him.
Order it and let them deliver it to your house.
Yeah.
And just be great. Or deliver it to whomever you were going to buy it for.
Yeah, exactly. Just cut it out. But I'm sure his wife or daughter or whomever he was shopping for knew that they were dealing with this guy.
And they love him because they're probably just like him.
Yeah.
And, and she probably went back up there.
Yeah.
Mad and huffing in her mask to go get whatever he had, wasn't able to buy.
Well, this lady breathed on me at the gas station. So
she was close enough for you to feel her breath?
I felt like, and I was at the gas pump, and her receipt flew toward me. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, and I just felt all her breath on me when she ran toward me to get the receipt. I could have punched her dead in the face. Like, I was thinking, like, I should bop her on top of the forehead to help her remember that we're in COVID times.
Well, I don't think anybody cares anymore. We live in, where we live.
Yeah.
The whole United States.
Yeah, we just need to
And we can't unite on anything.
We cannot.
Not a damn thing. And that's incredible.
Well, I felt like, and I want to believe it was the wind.
It wasn't.
It was her breath.
It was.
Fortunately, I have those antibodies that everyone says I have. And so, with that being said,
it's just my grandma got it. Mm-hmm. And that's who I was, when she told me she wanted it, I was afraid, she's about to be 82 next month.
Yeah. That's people leaving here.
And she was like, I need to get my vaccine. I was just like, oh God. I can't tell her not to get it.
That's right.
But in my head, I'm just like, oh, hell, grandma, like, you going to get that? And, I got a key to her place. Now, I don't want to have to come over here and, find you.
No, you also don't want to find her with COVID.
Right, because girl won't stay home.
They got to go.
And she's not one of those that needs help doing anything.
That's right.
So, and her neighbor had it. Yeah. She told me she said the rescue squad came to get him. And I didn't ask her how he was doing or anything. I forgot.
But it's tough. Tough decision. Do your research.
Oh yeah.
Know which one you're going to get before you get there.
Yeah, look up which version you're going to get.
They're going to ask you a few things. They're gonna ask you if you've been allergic to like sulfur and random questions like that.
How would I know I'm allergic to sulfur? Like when do I use that?
Maybe if you put it on your scalp.
No.
Stink bombs. That's the only thing I remember.
What's a stink bomb?
A stink bomb. When you throw it, it stinks. No, y'all didn't use those in high school?
Okay, no. Okay, I guess I know what you're talking about now, but no, I don't believe we did. Stink bomb. I'm thinking like what? I'm thinking like bugs and roaches. I'm thinking fumigation. I'm like, why would you use that?
Oh, I was thinking like you see how higher level thought you went.
That's what I was like.
I was at the lowest level, and a literal stink bomb.
That's what I'm like. Wait a minute now. And my grandma used to call him a bum. Yeah. You don't say bomb, it's a bum.
Well, yeah. So anyway, I don't know how you would know, but I know that's on the list of questions that I remember.
How would I, if you're allergic to sulfur? They got to ask me something else.
Well, you have to put like NA.
Well, but see, the thing, if they have to ask me if I'm allergic to that, that lets me know that is in what you're about to inject me with that.
Yeah, probably.
It's in there. You know what I mean? Now I got to look up the effects of sulfur, in me, because like the thing that I have is that the effects of those things like injection and ingestion is different.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't know that.
Well, yes.
Like you probably can eat some stuff because it goes through the proper, your body, like,
it has a metabolizing,
right, and it goes through your liver and cleans out the stuff that you're not supposed to have. Now, if you're injecting me, straight with it, it's the party time.
Well, there's a party time. Speaking of parties, and this is going to go. In college, they had something called a Tour de Franzia, and Franzia is box wine.
That's at your college. Go ahead.
And what you do is, well, I never played.
Yes, you did.
I didn't. On frat row, they used to play, and they used to soak tampons in Franzia.
I've heard of that.
Or like vodka or whatever the case may be. And on frat row, they would put them in their butt.
Oh, so the boys.
The boys would do it and the girls would do it.
No, you're not putting that in my butt. That's just a lot.
Well, then, so they had an actual kid that had to go to the hospital from alcohol poisoning.
Oh, I imagine he did. Stupid.
He was trying to bypass all the,
Just drink it like everybody else.
Well, you have to drink it and you put it in your butt.
Nobody's doing that.
Yes, they did.
This is what y'all doing in Tennessee. This some backwoods shit.
I didn't know about it.
Somebody came up with that in the outhouse.
Well, the girls used to, I knew about the girls soaking stuff in there and then inserting.
Why would boys say, hey, that was somebody that was smart as fuck that came up with that knew. Somebody did that in science.
Well, the girls did it with, they put it in their holes too, so.
And I think they're doing that again.
They do that. You go to the game or whatever you got to go to that you can't drink. You do that.
No, I just drink it.
But you can't drink at the game if it's like we had a dry campus at the time.
So you got a dry campus, so I'm going to have a wet ass with this tampon.
Yeah.
I hate y'all. You millennials.
I mean, they didn't do I read about it shortly after I graduated though.
Your friends did that.
I don't think so.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure we just would drink it. Yeah.
Just get drunk before you go to the game. Like what's wrong with that? You can have a dry campus and it just are you drinking? I am not. Because I am not currently.
Yes.
Are you drinking? That's current. No. Were you drinking before I got here? Now that is none of your business.
As long as you're not,
maybe not
acting out.
Right.
But I think what I've heard and what I read about that is that causes you to get drunk faster and very much belligerent because it's not being it's not going through anything. That had nothing to do with ingestion and injections.
I would say it did.
Thank you. Okay, good.
I'll take that. I'm going to look this up. Tour de Franzia.
Yeah, Tour de Franzia. Franzia, is the box wine, of course. But, we used to they chugged the boxes of wine.
Box of wine. Y'all so classy.
Yeah, box wine.
Yeah.
They cost like $15. Mm-hmm. Chillable red is my favorite.
What you got for us? I'm going to taste this
speaking
right
of
now.
wine, I brought you something a little softer. This is a Fruscato.
Yeah, this tastes like peaches.
It's a peach Fruscato.
Oh, that's what, okay.
Barefoot, it costs like $4.
It's something that'll get you fucked up.
So if you're looking at drinking a few bottles of this,
Absolutely.
or maybe one, it's a deliciously sweet blend made with rosé, wine, and natural flavors, and burst with aromas of juicy peaches.
And it's so classy. It has a screw top. Come on.
It has a screw top for convenience. This is for convenience, and this is really not my speed, but it says it's deliciously sweet.
It tastes just like juice. Like that's why I said it'll get you fucked up, because you'll probably drink all of it and just be like, whoa.
That's right. It's probably sweet enough to get your blood sugar up too.
Oh,
Let me taste it. Ew. This one was for you. Anyhow. And moving along. So your injectables, is it ingest? Whatever you're ingesting, just pay attention. Do your research on vaccine. Moving on.
Yeah.
What else you got going on this week?
I'm just waiting. I'm counting down now to anniversary
time
next week. Finally finalize my plans.
Yes. What are y'all doing? Are you not telling us?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We're doing a few things. I don't want to do those things. I'm not going. I might not be at my house. I don't want to put this out here and be like, oh, them boy gone. See what's up.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Nah, but yeah, we got a few things. Mama working it out.
Always.
I asked Daddy. I said, "You excited yet?" He's just like,
Yeah, he's excited.
He's not.
How many years?
4. This is our 4-year anniversary.
Wow, how time flies.
I know.
Just think, 4 years ago, you were able to go out of town and not be weird. Wear a mask. Wear lipstick.
That's one of the things I
show
really
your nose ring. Just different things.
Wearing lipstick.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of.
I've ruined every mask because I am just using cheaper lipstick right now, so I won't be so upset that all of that's gone. But to the contrary of your anniversary, I am looking for closure.
Are you?
Yeah, and I think that now I'm at the point where I don't need it anymore.
I'm glad you are arriving.
Slow and steady, but it's just been too damn long.
Explain this to me, like how it is that you are. What do you? Okay, define closure for me. For you, what is closure?
I just like to have a period at the end of the sentence. Like, we are not together, and I feel like we need to be able to say that at the same time and be clear and open and free. Because I feel like without closure, I have found that that leaves loose ends untied. And it causes me problems.
So, said person not talking to you anymore, blocking you, that doesn't give it to you. You need the verbal. I'm asking.
Well, for me, I think if there were blocks, like if we blocked each other, then I feel like that would be closure.
You sure? Because I feel like you would be like, well, why did they block me? And try to circumvent that to go find a different way. Like, hey, what's up? Like, you blocked me on, what's the problem?
No, well, I think in some cases I could see where someone might do that, but not after like years.
I'm talking about you.
For me, in this particular situation, I think the blocks would be enough. But I think since we are trying to amicably move forward, not really, then I like closure.
Well, I wasn't talking about like this situation in particular because y'all have been through the block thing already. Y'all have done that.
Yeah, we have.
Block and unblock. So I'm like, well, I'm not exactly talking about that one because I'm not sure when that's going to close.
Right. But generally speaking, I do like closure just in general, even with friendships or lack of friendships or ending friendships. Sometimes I like to just be like, okay, well, we're not friends. Okay, bye.
Friendships, I don't need it. Well, I honestly don't know if I need it like anywhere.
In general, yeah.
It's something that I would like, but there are people that I haven't spoken to in years, like people that I used to talk to almost every day.
Right.
I don't talk to anymore.
Do you have a point where it just was over, or do you think it was just like, okay, we don't talk?
I get in hindsight, I do.
Okay.
Like while it was going on, it's just kind of like, well, what's really going on? Because I don't have to talk to my friends every day.
Right.
They have things to do. I have things to do. But then when it gets to the point of, okay, it's been a few months, maybe like 6.
Right.
And, definitely a year. It's just like, hey, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why aren't we communicating none? And see, I feel like we don't have to have like a long conversation. You know, sometimes we don't have time for that.
Right.
It takes a second to pick up the phone to send a text message.
That's right.
How you doing? Hey, I thought about you today, you know, just want to check in on you.
Right.
It takes nothing to do that. And for me, when I feel like somebody can't even take that energy to do it, it's just like, all right, well, it's not working.
Right.
And, you know, I'll return that same energy, you know, like, but they'll put it back on you like as if you've done something to them.
Yeah. And
you can't own that.
I think that's what bothers me a lot and that's what causes with my personality to look for some sort of, because I want you to admit that you're wrong.
Now, you're not going to get that all the time.
And you're not going to get that.
Most of the time, you aren't going to get it because like their perspective of it is different.
Yeah. But I think for me, I want people to know how I feel.
And that's a good thing, especially if you're able to effectively communicate that.
Right. And I think that's where, for me, I think that makes people uncomfortable.
But you have to, a thing that I do, I own, my part of it. Mm-hmm. I fuck up. You know, I own that part. Or if I said something, you know, I own that because I said it. Right. So a lot of times I don't have a problem remembering certain things because, you know, it was true. Like what happened. You know what I mean? I ain't the best. I don't, liar because I just, whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. So, if it's something that I recall, I'll recall it the same way. Now, there are some things and people that I have forgotten. And it's just, I think somebody asked me about somebody one time. I was like, who? Yeah. And they said, I was like, oh shit, I forgot, like completely forgot about that person.
And you can, for me, there's usually a cutoff in some part in my brain where it's kind of like my dad told me a long time ago about the donkey and the carrot. And the donkey will follow the carrot for a long time. Mm-hmm. And eventually the donkey just sits down.
I've never heard that.
Yeah. And he said, donkeys also lazy. Can be. Will work. But also, I mean, if you keep leading it, I mean, where the fuck we going? What are we doing?
Yeah, you're right.
And so eventually, it just is over for that particular situation. And my dad is very random, so I don't know exactly what we were talking about. But I remember that because I think about sometimes with, like one of my exes, I just stopped liking him. I don't remember what happened. Okay. We weren't even beefing. I just didn't have anything else to say.
I've been there.
It just like
it's just like, you know what, yo, like this just isn't what it's gonna be anymore. And it's like, you know what, you don't have to call or contact me anymore and I won't feel any kind of way.
Yeah. And that was a person who I thought that I really cared about, like was in love with at the time. And yeah, but eventually I don't know what happened. I just woke up and I was just like,
this is over. Yeah. That's the moment of clarity right there. Yeah. Where you just have it and it's just like, woo. And then you go back and you're just like, what was I thinking?
That makes no sense. I get that every now and then. I'm just like, what in the world?
Right. I see some of my old hoes out here sometimes and I'm just like, girl.
Delivered.
Whoop. Come on now. It's just like, what were you like? I used to like him
a lot. Sometimes,
sometimes, but then, I think more on the surface level, like, damn, he used to know where I live.
He shouldn't even know my address.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
I mean, I think as you get older, that becomes, it happens. So I think now I need less closure than I used to grow, like as I've come of age and just kind of dealt with people, because I feel like now if you don't have the time for me, I really don't have the time for you. I'm kind of matching energy where I've always overdone it.
Yeah. Good Lord.
I love the people and I love.
You love to overdo it now.
so I always overdo it. And so now I have gotten to the point where it's just, I'm reciprocating what I'm getting back. I'm matching energy and I'm putting energy into things that are serving me or are replenishing me or helpful in some way.
I'll take it. I'm glad that, at some point, because God, that was one of the things like that used to disgust me.
What about me?
About you, yes.
Damn.
Because, like we would talk and I would just be like, why are you? And then you just like, well, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. So so the past year I have just, COVID has helped that because I spent a lot of time with myself. Then I realized how self-sufficient I am. So a lot of the things I thought I needed people to do, like go out and
Yeah, because you out here now. You're a social butterfly. You like to be
love
amongst
the people. I love the people. And so what COVID quarantining has done for me is it's kind of taken me out of that. And my ability to do that was like limited. And now, I check on my friends. I don't have to see them. The ones that are supposed to be in my life, they check on me. We're good. That's that. I haven't had to go out every Friday, every Saturday to make sure that I see people and do things. So
that's good.
Yeah. So as an extrovert, I found that doesn't necessarily mean you have to get energy physically from people in your space.
Right. Because I had to check on you, a little bit. It was like, that's what I told my husband. I said, well, let me, I said, she's not okay. So when you were sick and you were like physically like couldn't go anywhere. And I told him, I said, she is not okay.
Yeah. Because I got to hit the block. Had a corner turn or something.
I said, anybody that's like her, I said, I hope they got somebody just like, hey, like, you good?
Yeah. I appreciate that. You made that soup. Changed it. Set the tone for the whole COVID experience.
I mean, you can get a little bit in you.
And it was right before I stopped being able to taste, so it was right on time. Right on time. But anyway, in terms of and even in times when you're down and out, and this is just for anybody listening, if you're always the one that's reaching out, if you're always the one that, is going out of your way.
Yeah.
You got to check yourself.
You do. I have this guy friend of mine. Well, we're not friends anymore. We have been friends, since middle school or whatever.
Yeah.
And like at one point, I just decided that I just wasn't going to talk to him anymore. And I just don't.
Yeah.
And it was only because when I found that I was always the one that always check in on him.
Yep.
Like, even though I knew that he was going through and had a lot of things going on, like with his family, I would always check in on him. He didn't live here.
Yeah.
But his mom lived like literally like 3 minutes away from where I was from.
Right.
And he would be home, all of the time. And I thought to myself, I was like, you're right over the bridge. And you didn't think to say, hey, even if we can't see each other, just like, hey,
yeah,
how you doing? That was it for me.
And then you just stop.
I haven't talked to him since.
And you haven't needed to.
Mm-mm.
See, and
I don't have his number. Like, we're not friends on social media or anything.
Right.
Like, I don't have any like malice or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't talk to him because I got tired of it being the one-sided, friendship.
I think it's important to evaluate those friendships and relationships.
And it was, somebody I would talk to, not like every day, but
yeah.
What, I would always check in on him. He would check in on me. When he was home, we might hang out, like, go get some wings or something at the BB Dub.
Yeah.
Go see what's going on. But then it was that point, and I was just like, why am I doing this?
Right.
Like, what exactly, you know what I mean?
I think it becomes a routine habit. I think sometimes you stay in romantic relationships out of routine and habit too.
No.
You don't think so?
Not me. I mean, I'm okay. Well, yes. Okay, let us not talk about me. Yeah, people do that. And my advice for that is, if the only thing that you have is time invested, get out of that.
Yeah.
Because people will stay in a relationship because it's like, well, we've been together for 8 years. Are you trying to be here another 8 doing this same exact thing that you're doing now?
Yeah.
You're not happy. Are y'all going to do anything else? Because like, once this is over, when you've been together for 12 years, you're going to look back and see like how people like say they wasted time, but how you spent the past 12 years when
right.
you could have been doing something else. Especially like for those that want to be like in a relationship, they know what they want.
Yeah.
They, if your goal is to get married, you want to have a family, you want to do these type things,
right.
and you're with somebody that is constantly showing you that they are not interested in that in you, just go ahead and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
No matter how you think you feel about it. Like, you may say, but I love him. Like, do you?
Right.
Do you really love him, or do you like love the idea of having that life with him?
I think a lot of it is the idea.
It is the idea.
Because I think, you get caught up in what social norms would tell you, or what it would seem like you need to be doing at said age, or with this person, or if y'all been together for X amount of time, then this should be happening, and then that should be happening, or you should be here, there, or the other thing. But I think after a certain amount of time, as my parents say, the longer you're with somebody, the only thing you're with them for is to find reasons not to be with them.
Oh, wait a minute. Say that again.
So they believe that the longer you date people, after you've decided that you know after a certain point whether you will or will not be with them.
Yeah.
And so after you, and only you know that point. So whether you're the person who, it's probably the man in the situation, so maybe he's going to make the decision on who's to marry or when to marry.
You think so? Well, I guess since he's doing the proposing.
Yeah.
Well, most times. Cause
most times.
Can we talk about that after this?
Yes. Okay. He's, all right. But I was going to say that after that point, after you've decided whether you will or will not, so you say, okay, I will, but at that point, you're only looking for reasons not to get married to that person. Because you're not going to wake up and be like, oh yeah, this is what I need to do. And I think a lot of times we're waiting on some sort of sign to come. Mm-hmm. And in love, if you're in love, it's already come.
The rule of thumb for me is that, because I can do me.
Yeah.
I can do me like I've always done it. I can do me by myself because that's what I liked. I could hang out with me. I had no problems. We were different. Like, yeah. I would go out to eat. I would go to the movies. I would go out and do things by myself because I'm comfortable with me. I enjoy, myself enough.
Right.
That's probably why, my friends like to be around me because, I'm just having a good time over here.
Right.
Enjoying the party.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the thing for me is just like, can I not be without you?
Right.
Is the thing, like, I know that I can be, with you. It's the point of, do I want to be without you?
That's a good question.
That was it for me.
Right.
Like, even now, with him, like, I don't like when he's not with us. I'm good, but, like, sometimes he'll go, like, if he goes to, like, do something, like, overnight or for the weekend or whatever, it's just, it's just weird without him being there.
That's good. I mean, that's a way to gauge it.
Yeah, that is good.
So you're not.
Just like, because I'm not like, ooh, shit. Like, you ain't got nowhere to go?
Right. Which you see that too. And that happens after a while.
Yeah, it's just like, so you just going to be here like all day. Like, you're not going to go to do something. All right, well, bet. I got to go. I'll be back.
Right.
Like, I don't have that.
Right.
Because we like to, even when he, has his free time to go do whatever. Like, at one point, I was like, hey, it's okay. Especially when I first had my baby.
Right.
After a couple months after I had, healed enough to where I could be alone with her, for a couple hours, I was like, well, it's okay. Like, if you go, go do something.
Yeah.
Like we're fine. And, he didn't want to leave us.
Right. Well, that was a mutual thing.
Yeah. I mean, because it's just like, well, I just kind of want to kick it around. Like, you don't want to go, dude, you got all day. Like, no, I'm good.
Well, what I found is some people want to be, I feel like in talking to some of my guy friends, I think they feel like they're waiting. I feel like they're waiting to be trapped by someone.
And that is sad.
That's what I feel like. I mean, the energy I get.
That is sad for you to feel like you're going to wait to be, until you have to be there with somebody. Until you feel like you have to do it.
Yeah.
That is, the beauty of it is like wanting to be there.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're getting mixed up with relationships and stuff too, because people feel like, it's like a burden of some sort.
And that's, I guess, because I was going to tell y'all about this next week. We'll talk about, I'll tell the story about how we met or whatever. But when I would tell people, when we got engaged, it's always the older couples or whatever. And they would say, like, well, it's hard. It's going to be hard work. It's whatever. Pause. Pump your brakes. I'm not even receiving this energy.
Right.
Your relationship is hard. What we do is easy.
Right.
Like, the only thing we did was, was make it official, like paperwork. Mm-hmm. We got to file taxes together.
Right.
You know what I mean? When he died, I'm going to sign off. Everything coming,
Right.
That's it. Like, because we do, like, and people would ask, like, after, it's just like, well, how is it? And, I would just be like, it's the same. Because for us, it is.
Right. But I think people are oftentimes looking for somebody else to kind of match their situation, and you really can't do that. So how you talked about being sure of yourself, you didn't go out asking for a bunch of advice of friends and of other people about what you should do, or this is happening, or this is happening. And I think a lot of our friendships out there probably violate what could happen in terms of privacy, and not necessarily that you can't share with your friends, but I do know just in general. I mean, if you're married and you're asking me, I mean, what do I know?
Well,
other than you, I can't tell you what you should want, what you want to do in your relationship or what you should do.
I'm gonna disagree with that.
Okay.
Only because, you know, like it's still like what I said, it's the same. You know, like you've been with men, you have relationships.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be any different because you're single and I'm married. Okay. I'm still going through the same, if I'm going through the same situation with my man that you've had with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
What makes your situation less than mine because we're married?
Well, see, I've had a friend say that it was less.
Okay, so well, where are her and her husband right now? Exactly.
Well, I don't.
You see what I mean? And I say that because it's just like when you think you're above because you're married, it's just like, ma'am, you know, y'all can get divorced.
Yeah.
This shit can be over.
That's a true story.
And he may be with you because he felt like he had to be.
And that is possible. Like I hear that a lot. Like just from my
oh God, especially somebody gets pregnant. My God.
Yeah, they feel like, you know, I'm gonna be with her.
Yeah, but are you gonna like it?
No, because I'm gonna have to have some people, but I'm gonna be with her. I'm gonna take care.
I like my husband.
I'm gonna take care of my responsibilities.
I like him. You know what I mean? I like him a whole lot. You know, love and like, you know, that's different.
Yes.
That's a whole lot different. Like I like him. Like he likes me. I know, you know, I know that he does. But that's why I say I disagree with that because people love to tell you, well, how many times have somebody told you that you don't know anything because you don't have any children?
That's right. That's true.
And it's just well, this shit isn't rocket science. I know that you're not supposed to be punching the 3-year-old in the face like this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
I know that a 6-year-old, you know, that doesn't have like any physical, emotional, or like mental delays shouldn't be wearing a diaper.
Right.
You know, this kid should go to the bathroom.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And so you're right. But that happens too.
Of course, because I've heard that, you know, forever.
Yeah.
And me having a kid now doesn't make me, you know more than I did before. Because this is my child that I'm raising. And she is different from other children.
Yeah. I think that's just how society judges. I think social media has something to do with that too.
Yeah, because it's out here now. Like you can get on here and tell people, you know, people get in line on them apps all fucking day.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, y'all got these pictures out here all in love. It's just like, ma'am, just like I know, all these other hoes know your husband too. Get off of here.
Yeah, you got to put it out there because it didn't happen if it wasn't in a flannel pajama set.
Please. People are laughing at this and screenshotting it and sending it to these group chats to their homies. Like, girl, did you see them today?
Just keep it to yourself.
Just stop with the fakery. You know what I mean? Like, don't.
The pictures are nice, so if you want to put them up, do you?
Yeah, you know they are. You know, just let us know that y'all still hanging in there.
and do you. I think a lot of times people just get caught up in trying to do other things, and I have been victim to that. I have done that before, and I think that changes how you present yourself because I think people always expect me, because I'm the okay friend, to always be okay.
When it'll be times when it just be like, man, I really got it fucked up, and nobody knows that.
Right.
And I can't tell you because you don't understand this.
You don't expect that. You don't understand. And I think vulnerability is key, particularly with Black women, just understanding that. I had that conversation with my mom all the time. I really thought she was like a robot, perfect and everything. And she didn't even think about the fact that she never let me know about any of her relationships, any of her failed job attempts, anything like that. I didn't know about any of that until I was like at least 30.
What? Oh yeah, when you told me she dropped that F-bomb, I was like, what?
Yeah, you know, and that is.
What you mean she cursed her out? Like, tell me what she said. You know, I couldn't believe it.
But you know, and that's one of those things. You know, I think we have to be human first sometimes, and all the time. And even though that's difficult because we're expected to not be that way as Black women, as I think the be all for so many different levels, professionally, in the home, just in a community, the pillars, and we put it all together and hold it all together, and then we're expected to be in those spaces. So I find that it is very important.
Yeah, because a lot of times, like, you won't see, you know, like, we don't have the space to have the breakdown.
Right.
Because once you're there, then it's a problem.
Yes.
And it's just like, well, wait a minute. Now, I do all of these things.
Right.
This is why, the reasons why you don't expect me to be doing this is every reason why this is happening right now.
Exactly. And that is where, and when even thinking about this podcast and thinking about the weekly wind down, I wanted it to be a safe space for us to have conversations that are, you know, difficult conversations. But the reality of it is We don't have that space. Mm-hmm. If I'm speaking about something passionately, and God forbid a tear or something comes down my eye, then now,
oh God, here she go.
Here she go.
Right.
Or if my volume is louder than someone might find comfortable, you know,
Right.
whether I'm at work or at the grocery store and I don't want somebody to be within my 6 feet, then now, you know, something is wrong with me. And we're conditioning young children in that same way.
Or in your car. Do you find like people try to race you for no reason?
You got road rage.
I do not have road rage.
You do.
You called me stubborn last week, and that's not true either.
Okay. Well, you do have road rage.
I do not have road rage.
Okay.
Road rage would be like if somebody cut me off, and here I go, I'm chasing these people down here. Now, if I'm in my car, like I'll curse them out and all kind of stuff for the stupid shit that they do. Now I'll have a whole conversation like, what exactly are you doing? But like, is that necessary? Like,
Right.
you just gonna ride my ass like right here? Because what you can do is go around.
And you don't think that's raging at all?
That's not raging. Raging would be like if I'm rolling my window down or if I'm waving my gun out the window, giving everybody the finger. You know what I mean? If I'm following people and doing that, that's not road rage. If I'm in my car cursing you out because you almost hit me
Yes.
in my vehicle,
So that's not, you're right.
that's not road rage.
You're
No.
right. You shouldn't be put in the category with people who actually get off the exit
Right.
and shoot people in the face.
Because that happens.
Yeah, that's why. You're right. So it's not road rage.
No, it's not road rage.
It's car aggression.
No, that's not what that is either, because that's what they're doing, driving and being aggressive because they have the road rage. I'm in the car, you know what I mean?
Right,
I'm in here
right.
cursing you out because that light was red. And you just go come through like you didn't see, you know, the green light on the other side. I've had 2 cars totaled because of somebody else not paying attention or doing what the fuck they want to do.
Right.
It's just like, oh, well, it's red, but I'm going to keep going because I want to go right now.
Yes. That's
Oh, well,
selfishness.
this light was yellow when I was a quarter mile down here, but I'm just going to speed up.
Yes.
It's already red, but I'm just going to go because they're going to let me go because they see me right here. I've had 2 cars totaled because of that.
And you should, and so you do have those conversations in the cars. And that's fair.
Yeah, because it's just like, what are you doing right now?
So why do you think people want to race you?
What? I don't know. Like, they get behind you, you know, oh God, especially ones that got those kits on the car.
Yeah.
And they just got to go and zoom, zoom. And they get in front of you to go no faster than what you were going. Get in front of you, like, they speed around right here to go make the right turn like that is right there.
Right.
You couldn't wait this whole 5 seconds right here to go right here? Like, you were that upset about it?
Well, they wanted to show you their, you know,
The tag?
tag.
Oh, I'm one of them people that I would call the highway patrol on your ass. No, for real. Like, if you're driving,
I know.
they were these cars were playing chicken. One day I was going home, and I guess like these two they had the road rage against one another.
Oh.
And they were coming up, you know, behind like all of us that were driving, and they got over in the median. Shoom, shoom. You know, they driving these little fast cars, and I called. I was like, hey.
They
You know,
playing in the street.
Because we're on this road, like, we're, you know, going towards my house. You know, this is a 2-lane road.
Right.
Somebody gonna die if y'all don't get up here.
Huh?
State trooper office right down the road.
Yeah.
Why don't I ever see a state trooper over here?
Well,
Except during times when nobody's speeding and doing stupid stuff like this.
yeah, because they're not for that. They're
Okay.
working on something else.
Oh, apparently. Because that's what highway patrol does. They patrol the highways.
Yeah.
You know, you got the county cops that got to deal with all this other stuff that, you know.
No. Other things to do.
You know, but the highway patrol, they're just out here.
Yeah.
I have a question. We were talking about like accountability or whatever. Do you hold your friends accountable for their bullshit? Like when you example,
Okay.
when you know that they are doing something stupid that is causing harm to themselves or to somebody else, some other loved ones, do you hold them accountable?
Yes. Much better at that now.
You ever what is their reaction to that?
Okay, so I'm not as direct as I wish I was with some of these things. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I've let things go on for longer than they should have. Mm-hmm. But my close friends, mm-hmm. Best friends, I am just upfront with them, and I usually just call them separately or talk to them. I try not to make it a text message. I want to have that conversation directly. And it goes over well with about all but one friend.
Okay.
And one friend I have, she has no accountability. But
I have a thing with that. It's just like, well, you did that. You know what I mean? Like, that is your fault. Like, why are you looking for someone to sympathize with something that you caused? You knew beforehand.
Yeah.
You knew what was going to happen. When you brought this to me, to us, we told you not to do that.
I think you need that. I think that is very necessary. I think in our friendship, there has to be that. There has to be some of that, and that is very necessary. But I think people go away from it, and that's when I know that they're not truly friends. I've eliminated some people as a result of that.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Have you ever lost any friends because of it?
Absolutely. Especially when it's something that can be, if I'm bringing it up, it's usually something that can be changed. It can be something that can be adjusted. I'm not bringing up something that you can't help. Everything that I would be bringing up would be something that I feel like we can work through, or I can help you through, or you can do differently.
Yeah, it's like, you don't have to do that.
Right.
It's just, why are you doing that?
Yeah, and so, I've lost probably over time. I've just gotten better at being more clear. I think when I was younger, I was more apt to just let people do whatever they're doing and let that be them. But I have learned over the past maybe year or two that that's not a good friend either. So I wouldn't want you to consider me
a good friend
if I'm allowing you to be reckless in that way.
Right.
So that has changed that, and you have helped with that part for me too.
Okay.
Yes, because what I found is things I didn't want you to know. I just wouldn't tell you.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, but it always comes out. So if you're truly friends, and this is for those listening that actually have friends, if you're truly friends, you will not be able to hide something from somebody who's truly your friend, because they will be in tune with who you are. You don't have to talk every day. You don't have to see each other every week. You don't even have to see each other. I haven't seen my best friend in a calendar year. But when that person is hurting, if that is truly your friend, you can find time to connect with that, and usually will figure something out. And usually when you hide stuff from people who are genuine people, they find out anyway. And it's not even just finding out. You're not even looking for the information.
That's true, because I know some stuff that I have no business knowing, and it's just like, why do I know this? And it's not coming from the source. And it's somebody telling me, and it's just like, I didn't know that because, she didn't tell me.
Right.
But you over here dropping these gems accidentally, not knowing that, I'm not aware of that.
Yeah.
And, a situation where I still won't say anything, you know what I mean? Because you hadn't said anything to me, so you obviously don't want me to know anything about that.
That's right.
So I don't have an opinion about it because you did not ask.
Yeah, so in order for me to be a good friend, I think I have to share that information, or it starts to eat me alive.
I'm talking about that. I remember one instance, not long after, after you had, death in the family, and you asked me to go by there and check on your on your animal, and I was like,
he was struggling.
I'm talking about you.
Yeah, I was struggling too.
You were,
but he was just in there.
He was, and I went over there to look for something.
Yeah,
and I was just like, and I texted you and I asked you, I said, "You all right?" And you was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I know you're not fine, but that's what you're telling me.
Right.
And I said, because I went, when you asked me to go over there, I had to go up. I think I had to go upstairs to get him or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And I was like, I said, this looks like depression in here.
Yeah.
And you was just like, no, I'm fine. I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, clearly depressed. But I think after recognizing that, and when you reflect, and that was when my grandma died. And so I think all that matters when you have genuine friends. Because I remember you asking me that, and of course I'm going to say I'm fine, because that is just what we do.
Yeah.
And I'm the fine friend.
And I knew that was a lie. But I let you tell me that, and I was just like, okay, because you're not ready to, talk about that. But then what confirmed what I said was when all these bags start heading out the door, and I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
She's okay now.
Yeah.
She's getting there. But
but it takes that sometimes, and it takes you to have a friend that actually will say something about it, because I think during that time I did lose some friends just because my grandmother was a very self-actualized person. So she was very clear about who was in her corner and who, because if you're not with her, you were against her. And I had to kind of, after she passed, I just kind of took that on. And so there are people who
You know what I always say?
I dropped off. I lost. I mean, like, what?
Joe knows.
She did, and she does. So I think it's really important for people to just evaluate your friendships and make sure they're healthy friendships. I think a lot of times I was keeping people around just to have people around. Even though those people don't mean you well. And a lot of times people keep you around when you're not doing well because that helps them for whatever reason.
Oh, yeah.
As sick as that sounds.
Because if you're in a situation, your situation is worse than mine.
Yes.
Then, you know, I got to level up on somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And I had people around me during that whole period that allowed me to be in that space and didn't mention it. And I have not talked to them since that window of time. And it's very interesting just how that comes out. And as you get healthy, as you work on your mental health and emotional health, that matters. And it really matters who's there for you in those times, and there for you, not necessarily for you to cry on them, or not necessarily for you to be calling them and asking them to do favors for you. I think some people miss that part too. They think necessarily like the acts of service are in lieu of something else or support in that way. That is helpful.
Yeah.
But there is more to it than that to be a friend. So I think it's really important for you to evaluate those friendships in that way.
I know in hindsight, you were kind of like, well, damn, like, why did you saw this and you let me and you didn't say anything?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I mean, I was clearly taking things out every week for like almost half a year to get myself together.
Just not even like, I guess like physically seeing it, but you knew like the state of mind that I was in.
Yep.
Because you saw me physically and you just didn't say
nobody
anything.
Say anything. Well, not nobody, but people, you know, and I was just around and just kind of existing in a space. And so they were friends who sent cards, friends that have just been very valuable friends. You know, sometimes it's a tangible thing. Sometimes it's just a phone call. Sometimes it's just a text, but never underestimate your role in someone's life, particularly when you don't know what's going on, because that's usually when they need it the most.
Yeah.
And when you're the strong friend or when you're the helpful friend, it really does, it can take a toll in a different kind of way, because really you don't want to put yourself on other people.
And that's probably what they were waiting on. And that could have been the thing, like why they didn't say anything is just like, well, I'm just going to wait until she says something.
Right. And I'm just not like that, which, you know, I've gotten better with being able to recognize things. But I think in general, we just have to get better with knowing who we are, being okay with ourselves. Happiness is an inside job.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we got to, that's always going to be the key. Can you have more than one best friend?
I have a best friend. I know who she is.
Can you have more than one best friend? I'm asking this because this comes up.
That's a hard question. Only because, you know, these are superlatives. So best is one.
Oh, here we go.
Only one can be number one. You know what I mean?
Is that true?
You can only have number one.
Tie?
If they tie.
I asked this because Be Easy asked this question. He talked about this on the DJ Blaze show.
What did
once
he say?
Before. He would agree with you that best is one.
Right.
So when people say they have multiple best friends, like these are my best friends.
Do you have more than one best friend?
Yes.
And I know that there's a hierarchy. Within your group, some shit go down right now.
Yes.
Who are you calling? You don't even have to say her name.
Yeah.
I know which one it is, and I'm not even one of those people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, that is that one.
Yes.
That's your best friend. Your other ones, they can be your close friends. They can be your closest friends. But that one, if something goes down, you go out here, the boys out here waiting on you.
Yeah.
They trying to take you to county. You got one phone call, and you can't call your mom or your dad.
Right.
Who are you calling?
She knows who she is.
That one. That is your best friend. And I say that because, you know, like I asked if, you know, there's a hierarchy.
Yes.
If you can't reach that one, then you know who the next one you're going to call.
Right. I guess that makes sense. That's tough. I mean, I struggle with this.
I have several close friends.
Right.
But my best friend, like, I know who that is.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. When we had that conversation, it really did make me ponder just a bit. Because I always had a friend group.
Yeah, but you know, with I don't know. I guess I have a friend group, but I
Yeah.
have different friend groups.
Right. Well,
And I'm a different friend within those groups. Like I have a friend group where I am the outside friend.
Okay.
You know, and I know that. I'm fully aware, you know, of that. Even though, you know, they, you know, tried to make it seem like, you know, that's not what it was. Like I know my role there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like that's, you know, that's okay with me. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm like the last one that any of them are going to call for, you know, anything. Even though, you know, I may be the first one to show up.
Right.
But you know, it is what it is.
Well, that makes sense.
And
I'm
it's
just
not
curious.
like, it's not like a thing, but you know what I mean? But if it were to come up like cause I talked to one of them about it.
Right.
You know, like I know the situation like here.
Right.
She was just kind of like, you know, she agreed. She was like, okay, well, you know, yeah, I know, you know, whatever. But if I were to bring that up with all of them,
Right.
somebody would probably take offense to it.
I gotcha.
It's like, why are you taking offense when I'm telling you that I'm the one? I didn't call you. You know what I mean? Like you're the one that's, you know, outside
Yeah,
of
but
the
some people
circle.
don't want to feel like they're treating you that way.
How about not treat me that way so that you won't have to feel any kind of way? You know what I mean?
Valid. But I think that's, you know, some people, it's just like when you call somebody out on their nonsense, then they're like, oh, I'm offended now because you said that I did this.
Because you did it. I didn't make
And
it
maybe,
up.
but that wasn't my intention.
Well, you know what I mean? And that could be, you know, whatever.
That happens all the time.
Well, now that we're talking about it, that's the space for you to say whatever it is that you need to say.
Right.
But, you know, like I have different, you know, like I said, I have different friend groups.
Yeah, but you have your little, is one a little wilder than the other?
The friend groups,
Yeah.
I guess. They're different.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you have your friend groups and you know who from which group won't get along with the other ones. Like, would
Yes,
you?
if you truly know your people.
Right. So you would not have these two friend groups together to do anything.
No. I look forward to my wedding when trying to sort through that. I think I
Right.
probably won't
Now,
have
to see a wedding is a completely different zone.
Yep. But when you're
But you
thinking
know
about,
what? Like for your birthday, you know you're going to go do one thing with this group. You're going to do something else with these other folks.
yes.
Yeah. So wedding is different.
Yeah, because people are going to try to make it happen just for you.
They're going to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think when you're thinking about like the planning and then who going where and who's doing
Oh yeah,
this.
I'm not doing anything else.
Yeah.
For anybody's what you get engaged tomorrow, I'll come. Like if you send me an invitation, I will show up. But don't include me in none of the girlfriend stuff. I don't want to.
You have to.
I absolutely don't.
You should want to.
I mean, I probably will like do some of the things, but like as far as like I'm not a bridesmaid.
Okay.
I'm not, you know, and that's in anybody else's wedding. Whoever my friends that are listening, that if you are not married right now, I will not be in your wedding. Don't send me one of those boxes where you're inviting me. But last wedding I was in, I think they got married in 2015, maybe 2016, because that's when me and my husband got together.
Mm-hmm.
No, it can't be. Oh yeah, because we got married the year after. Okay, so yeah, that was the last wedding, and she had a huge wedding party. We had no problem,
Right.
no drama, no nothing. And I'm ending my bridesmaids there, right there. That's it. I don't want to.
It would be necessary for you to have another role in my wedding then.
No, I mean I'm gonna come, and I'm gonna be
No,
there.
you got to wear like a special dress.
See what you're doing? You see what you're doing there, and all I want to do is just come and be there.
You're
and
always
just,
trying to do,
and
you're
just
always
look.
trying to take the,
I just want to be there and enjoy it. Like I want to do that.
no,
Like
you
if you
got
need me to
way
start
too
off-
much talent for
If
that.
you need me to start off the electric slide, I'm not Cupid shuffling.
Okay.
I mean, but I'll get the Cupid slide going. Not the Cupid slide, the electric slide. I got it.
Well, you could Cupid slide it. I
No.
think you could. I think you have
The electric slide, we on it.
you have too much of a gift to just sit there.
I'm going to find senior, and I'm like, hey, let's do it.
You're just gonna be.
Let's go. You know what? Cool Mo D. That's gonna be it. We're performing.
Well, I think overall, I think you'd be a great addition to anybody's situation. So,
Yeah,
wedding,
I'm coming.
party,
I'm coming.
any of that.
I'll come. I'll go to the shower, the bridal shower. I'm in there.
Well, we'll just one thing at a time.
Bachelorette, I'm coming. I might have a flask or two.
Hey, it's going down.
We're going.
Either way,
It's happening.
you good?
You know what I mean?
As
As long as I'm not in it.
okay.
I just can't commit to doing anything else. I just don't want to have
Friends
to be there.
out here, of Keys that aren't married yet. We're going to.
Oh, they already know. I've already told them. Even my best friend, she's not married yet. And I was like, hey, say, bro, not going to be in the wedding.
Well, weddings are getting excessive in some ways.
Yeah. The baby showers, the birthday parties.
The gender reveal.
Oh, God.
That guy died the other day.
What?
Yeah, he was putting together like a
The daddy?
cannon. Yeah, the daddy.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just like less than a month ago. He put together the cannon for it to shoot out boy or girl, and he died. It
Wow.
backfired.
Now, that's a story
Yeah,
that I don't want to have to tell my kid.
right.
And then the cannon, like, that's loud. Like, babies can't hear.
People
In
just
the
doing
womb.
too much. That's not the first death though from gender reveals. I think there was something posted about they need to try to stop them.
That's something new. That's something I refuse to have one of those.
I mean, it started with just a simple cake.
Yeah, and then it become like poppers and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not doing it. I'm not interested.
Well, yeah. Well, when the time comes.
I mean, we'll be there.
Yeah. Well, gotta be there.
Yeah, and people have all this stuff and nobody wants to bring gifts anymore. Like, these people spend all of this money for this presentation to have this party, and people show up without gifts. And they expect to leave out with party favors, plates, and everything. And all you did was show up with a smile. Congratulations.
How rude.
Okay.
I like virtual.
You like virtual?
Yeah, I think the best baby showers I've been to have been virtual.
Really?
I mean,
I got to go there and get that sheet cake. I'm bringing my gift now.
yeah. You gotta get good cake, but the best gifts are virtual because the people who were hosting it didn't have to spend any money.
Now, that's true.
I mean, I got a $20 Amazon gift card from one, and then I got like a $15 Starbucks gift card from another. Mm-hmm. It was been a pretty good run.
Okay.
Anyhow, I'm glad we were able to share about the friends.
Yeah.
Where laughter is the best medicine and wine is better with friends. Whether it's your weekend rewind or a chance to unwind, join G and Key in our weekly safe space where we discuss life, love, and all of the above.
You can follow us on Instagram at The Weekly Wind Down. That is Y with a Y. Oh, that is wine with a Y.
Barefoot got you down.
I know, right? This
Fruscato.
Fruscato, the peach. I'm over here hot. That's on Instagram at The Weekly Wind Down with a Y. If you would like, you can send us an email. We are theweeklywindown@gmail.com. For you college students out there, alcohol and tampons. No.
Oh, gosh.